Have you guys ever heard of David Hess? Well, if you don't know the name, you may recognize him from movies like The Last House on the Left, House on the Edge of the Park or Swamp Thing. He usually plays sadistic assholes in horror movies, and that's what makes him a modest cult hero. But did you know this guy also directed a movie once? That movie is To All a Goodnight, an early slasher movie from 1980. And I know, an actor directing a movie only once doesn't sound promising. Especially because this was early in his career and he apparently decided it was enough right away. But you might be surprised. The plot is as basic as can get. During Christmas break, a killer in a Santa suit is offing students in and around a sorority house because of something that happened a long time ago. And all the stereotypes are here. The party-hungry students, the virgin, the creepy janitor. But you gotta keep one thing in mind. Most of these clichés weren't clichés yet around that time. The killer dressed as Santa has only been seen before in Tales from the Crypt from 1972. Christmas Evil came out the same year as this one, so that's just a coincidence. And the killer getting revenge for something that happened years ago may have been done before, but not really in his typical slasher way. The only one I can think of is Prom Night, but then again, that movie also came out in the same year. And even if they were clichés back then, and even if they took some elements from other movies, it shouldn't ruin the fun. Movies are meant to show us a good time, original or not. And this movie is just good old slasher fun. The killer also wears a mask that looks creepy as hell. To me, this might be my favorite looking Santa killer out there. And I know what you're thinking. If he wears a mask, why does he also put on a Santa Claus costume? That's a fair question. The costume has a purpose in Christmas Evil, it has a purpose in Silent Night Deadly Night. But why would you dress up as Santa just to go and kill a couple of students? Well, the answer is simple. Because it looks fucking awesome. The kills in this movie aren't bad, but unfortunately nothing special either. But again, creative kills started to get being a thing later on in the slasher genre. In 1980, this type of movies weren't as common as they are right now and didn't need renewing kills to get people's attention. Most of the time, it's classic stabbing or heads getting smashed in. There's this one kill I like though, where a guy is getting strangled with a wire while the killer is standing on the second floor. Now that looks painful as hell. As a fan of 80s slashers, I think David Hess did a great job with this movie. It's not perfect, but nobody expects it to be. It's not for everyone, but if you like obscure older slasher movies, you'll probably like this one. The pacing is fine, the characters aren't obnoxious, which isn't something I can say about modern slasher movies, and the ending is pretty damn surprising. I don't want to spoil anything, but I bet you can guess the showdown in this one. All in all, To All a Goodnight is a fun movie. Nothing outstanding, just a simple holiday slasher that's definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. As far as I'm concerned, it's way better than fellow school campus slashers like Final Exam or Sorority House Massacre. The first one at least, the second one is awesome. But I digress, we have a lot more Christmas horror left to talk about. I'll see you tomorrow.